Oh, was there some news today? I don't know. I'm just getting caught up. Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't even know where to begin. But yeah, I think Chug Beer is. I don't think you can say it any better. The head of the snake has been cut off. I said it before. If it's just a head, like if you keep Blake James here and it's just a head coaching change, it would probably you have a chance of improving the team with a better head coaching hire, but it would be temporary. You'd be basically putting a band-aid or Novocaine on the problem and not curing the virus, not curing it at the root of the issue, which is the administration. But yes, it has finally happened, folks. They've pulled the trigger. Blake James, your former athletic director, is now gone. And the Miami Hurricanes are looking for their next man in charge. Randy, what's going on? Oh, not much. Just heard the best news we've heard as a program in the last decade. Blake is out of here. You drinking shit? Actually, no. It's just some cafecito. No, of course. Why would there be alcohol in here? Come on. Not like I'm celebrating or anything. But man, whew. Supreme Goon, what up? Yes. Look. The man will land somewhere and find another job somewhere in college football. He'll be fine. But he was absolutely just he was in over his head with this job. If I remember correctly, and maybe you guys in the chat can correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't Blake initially the interim athletic director after, I want to say it was Kirby Hocutt left? I want to say that was the case, and they just kind of kept him around. Yes, sir. All about the Chugmo beer. Thank you for the dono, sir. As always, great news. Finally, clean house. The future is bright. Let's go, Canes. Yes. The future is very bright. Very, very, very bright. For many reasons. Number one, look at the talent you already have on the field coming back next year. Guys like, hopefully, assuming they all stick around, and I think most of them will. Tyler Van Dyke, Jalen Knighton, who else? Keyshawn Smith, Elijah Arroyo, who else? Leonard Taylor, James Williams, Avante Williams. The young core of this team reminds me a lot of those late 90s Canes when you had Moss and Wayne and Morgan and Ed Reed and guys that you knew were destined for greatness. Don Chaney, good one. Yes. Hopefully he comes back healthy. What's up, Alan? But yes, thank you again, Chug. That's, the future is very, very bright. But that's the question now. Who will be our new AED? Will it be one guy? Will it be a shared responsibility? That was what I was hearing on the radio earlier today. On my way home, actually, now from work. I think I like the idea of there being someone in charge of football operations. I love that idea because to fix this program, definitely somebody needs to get in there, roll up their sleeves and get to work and focus on the football program. And it needs to be football people, in my opinion. Malik Curtis, another one. Yeah, no. The freshmen and redshirt freshmen and even a few of the sophomores on this team, I'm very, very, very excited about. I was literally listening to your show from yesterday when the news hit. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, this is my fourth live stream in 3 days, actually, because I did my pregame show Saturday. I did my reaction yesterday, which I appreciate the love for that one. Thank you guys for hitting the like button on that. We did our show last night, me and Flo on his channel. And now today, it's been a kind of a crazy 3 days. Greg Schiano will be the general this team needs. Yeah, so please give me your suggestions. What would be your guys' dream hires? Athletic director, football operations, head coach, coordinators. Who do you want? Who do you want running this program? Finally, there's change. The best news I heard for this program in 20 years. Now let's get rid of Manny. Yeah, what conventional wisdom would tell you that, yes, you bring in a new athletic director, new head coach is coming in right behind him. And look, I don't need to rattle off the stats for you of the fact that the Manny Diaz experiment has failed. I mean, I saw a stat today that we were in 10 games, the 10 games we've played this year, we have 77 penalties for like 680 yards or something like that, or 690 yards. That is just unacceptable. That is like 1/16th in the country. So almost dead last in, or first, however you look at it, in penalties. Worst tackling team in the nation. It's just unacceptable. Unacceptable. And I saw somebody from ESPN, you guys probably saw it, and because I see you guys already commenting on it and retweeting it, someone from ESPN giving their take on how Blake James did the best job he could, and Manny, it wasn't his fault. Whatever. I kind of skimmed through it. It seemed like a pretty bad take to me, and you guys really let that person have it. So good job by you guys. Jersey Kane, what do you think would happen today if the results were different on Saturday? I think this would have happened regardless. I think the loss on Saturday made it happen now, and the urgency, the sense of urgency just went through the roof. It needed to happen sooner rather than later. I think Blake James was gone at the end of the season regardless. The only thing that would have saved them was the scenario we were all talking about. Win the Coastal, maybe win the ACC. That probably could have bought them another year. But I think they've been talking about this probably since the Michigan State game. Yeah, the loss sped it up. Exactly. I think this was happening. This was in the pipeline, but once the loss happened, they were like, okay, that's it. We've had enough. I hope the new coach goes and gets 5 Midwestern corn-fed men O-line, long beards and receding hairlines. So basically you want like Wisconsin's O-line. I mean, I wouldn't mind that. But how about somebody that runs a scheme that doesn't telegraph every time we hand off the ball? That would be great, because when the entire defense knows we're handing it off right up the middle, it's kind of hard to block. I didn't agree with Lashley some, but with freshman quarterback, 30 points per game, average defense, we win 9. Yeah. It's yes and no. It depends on a lot of other things. You also need good special teams, and our special teams suck. Thank you, sir. Again, Chugbo Beer with another dono. If no Mario, Luke Fickell for head coach and Muschamp for DC, I would. He hasn't had great success as a head coach, but I would not mind Will Muschamp as a defensive coordinator at all. Army Kane, good evening, John. Feeling good right now. We need someone who immediately gets respect from players, staff, and most importantly, the community. We need someone to come in and change the culture, like at its root. I mean, we need someone to come in and change the culture and make a splash hire. I mean, hire a big name. They got to break out that checkbook. They really do. And if they do that, they're going to show these kids that we're serious. And it's, we're not going to be losing as many recruits as people think. And if we do, so be it. That, I wish them well, but the transfer portal is a beautiful thing. My kids are more disciplined than the team. That is all Manny and the coaching staff. Absolutely. No, I've heard those practices are a joke. Honestly, the practices are a joke. And, also, this is another thing. By the way, 34 already in the chat. This was completely impromptu, but for good reason. I had to hop on and celebrate with my fellow degenerates. But please, of the 35 of you in the chat, thank you for hopping on. Please hit the like button. Randy says Fickell is Ohio State is OSU in wait once Day is gone. Oh, once Ryan Day's. Oh, he's FSU. He's OSU head coach in wait. Possibly. but he could be going to USC. If he just takes off at USC, I don't see him leaving anytime soon. Rob Roy, yeah, you're all of us right now. You're just happy. Do you think this means Manny's gone? Yeah, 100%. I think he's gone. This was the right move. I said it after pick game. Even if Manny stayed, I would still be satisfied. As long as Blake is gone, he is the most potent poison in the program. Yeah, man, it all starts at the top. And whenever you need to change the culture of an organization, it starts up top. It's not just the head coach, because the AD makes the hires, not just for football, for basketball, for baseball. Basketball and baseball, we've seen in recent years, has deteriorated. Okay. Let's talk about the baseball team for a quick second. That was a team that every decade, every 10 years, at least 3, 4, 5 times was going to Omaha to the College World Series. It was pretty automatic. Them hosting a regional and a super regional, like, that last series before you go to Omaha, hosting it right here in Coral Gables, that was automatic every year. That was a top 10 team automatic. But no, because of a little nepotism, that's, the gentleman that's the head coach of the baseball team is the head coach of the baseball team right now. But let's see if there's changes there too. Because that was another once dominant program. John, if not Mario, who's the next head coach? Be realistic. Okay, so if it's not Mario, man, that is the guy. There's 2 guys that my gut is telling me right now. It is, for me, it would be 2 former Canes, 2 former Cane assistants. It would either be Greg Schiano, who I wouldn't mind at all. It would be Greg Schiano, tough, hard-nosed, defensive-minded guy, and he knows he's going to have a quarterback to work with. So if that's the hire and that's our guy, for the next 3 to 5 years, he kind of ends his career here and then passes the torch to another guy, wouldn't mind that at all. And he's experienced. He's had some success as a head coach at Rutgers, which is not easy to do. So that's one. Greg Schiano. The other one for me would be, and I don't know why I'm blanking on his name, the Kentucky coach, Stoops, Mark Stoops. So it would be either Greg Schiano or Mark Stoops. That's who my gut is telling me right now. I would be pretty happy with either one. The one that I would just lose my mind over is, I know people are kind of split on this, but the one I would lose my mind over is Luke Fickell, because that dude can develop talent, and he's young, and he's, he can be here for the next decade. And if what people don't realize, and that's what the horrible take that ESPN person had on Twitter early, a little while ago. If you know football and you're not dumb, the amount of talent you have, not only on this team right now, but in your backyard at your disposal. It would be one of the quickest turnarounds in the history of college football. If you get someone in here that knows what they're doing and can develop talent, it would be a very quick turnaround. And Luke Fickell, man, he would be amazing. And a very close second behind that I would lose my crap over would be Mario. Those would be my top 2. But right after that, if I would temper my expectations, yeah, I'm thinking Mark Stoops or Mark Stoops. I don't know why I'm blanking on the other one. Damn it. Mark Stoops or Greg Schiano. Those would be the other 2. Yes, please hit the like button. Much appreciated. 43 in the chat. Damn. You guys, as much as you guys like complaining, you guys like good news. I love it. People hate on Mario, saying he barely beats bad teams while not mentioning his recruiting and his 4-1 record against top 10 teams. Imagine what his teams would do if he brought that recruiting here. Yeah, let's talk about that for a second, because, yeah, Mario, people see him as good but not great, or great but not elite. Look, the man has his team in the top 5. He's about to win either his 3rd or 4th consecutive Pac-12 title. What else? He's putting guys in the league. He recruits. He was the best recruiter as an assistant coach when he coached for Alabama, the best recruiter in the country. The guy's a recruiting machine. Players like playing for him, but he's that nice balance of players like him, but he's a disciplinarian. And he lays down the law when he needs to, as we saw on the sideline when he just went ballistic on that one player that cost him a 15-yarder. So he's got that going for him, the 4-1 record against top 10 teams. What's Manny's record against any kind of a good team? It's not good. It's not good. Very disciplined. They don't commit any penalties. They missing their top 2 defenders and their defensive end, Thibodeau, who's going to go in top 5 in the NFL draft, missing him, and they still walk into Columbus, not just win, but ran the ball right down their throats in Columbus, Ohio. No Manny Diaz team would have ever done that. I'm sorry. Mario has his guys prepared, okay? Yes, maybe they squeak by, bad teams. I'm not saying they're Alabama, but the guy has developed a very, very, very solid football team in Oregon. And what, took him 2-3 years to win a bowl game at FIU? And we hear what a dumpster fire that is right now. So I don't get the hate on Mario. It's like those are the fans that are never satisfied. It's unless we bring Nick Saban here, they wouldn't be satisfied. And even then they would complain, whoa, Nick Saban's too old now. That some people, these are the people that if you told them they won the lottery, they'd complain because they had to pay taxes. There's some fans you're never going to please. Mario would be a fantastic hire. I think anybody with any common sense wouldn't argue that. Would he win any national championships here? I think he could. We'll see. We'll see if he's the hire. Yes, Chug Mobeer agrees. Luke Fickle. I love Luke Fickle. Love that dude. Would Greg keep T-Rob, hire Muschamp? That would be unreal. Is there... Maybe you guys, if you know a little more on this, is there precedent for an AD coming in, bringing in a new head coach, and that head coach keeping certain assistants on staff? I guess it is here in Miami because Art Kehoe stayed. He was here for 25 years or 20 years, whatever it was. And I think Coach... man, I'm forgetting his name. Maybe you guys can help me. He was special teams coach. He was running backs coach. It was Art Kehoe, and there was a Solinger. Coach Solinger was either in and out, or he was here for 20 years as an assistant. I don't know, but I don't know if today in college football a new head coach comes in and they cherry pick and keep certain assistants. Maybe they do. I don't know if that happens a lot anymore. But if they do, yes, keeping T-Rob would be amazing. Man, Muschamp and Schiano, man, that defense would eat. Those players might not like those guys at first, but let me tell you, they would turn the likes of James Williams and Avante Williams, those dogs that we already have, they would turn them into first rounders. The guy we have now, I could see it, I could totally see it happening. James Williams, Leonard Taylor, those guys just kind of, plateau and they regress a little bit and they end up being like 5th rounders. So, yeah. I think if Mario comes here, he would also be a great culture fit. He gets Miami, obviously. I feel if he dominates South Florida recruiting, he will blow the lesser teams out. 100%. 100%. I think it wouldn't take long to get to that point. Let's see what's Les saying. What's up, man? Let's remember we lost to FIU, spanked by North Carolina, lost to 3-6 FSU. Yeah, no, and the list goes longer than that. I mean, just completely, repeatedly shot ourselves in the foot against Clemson. Could have been in that game if you didn't commit 150 yards and penalties. Even though we came back and made it a game, got slapped around by UNC again early in that game because we were completely unprepared, as we always are. The list goes on. Oh, and choked against Florida. Let's not forget that. A lot of that was on his defense. Best thing with Manny going is oh, yes, that's right. Packy's gone too. He's the last of that little Manny Diaz crew. Him, Blake Baker. I think they were all together when they were in Texas, right? Yeah. Anyway, Ken Dorsey's passing game coordinator with the Bills. Do you think if Mario comes, he can bring in Dorsey as an OC? I love the idea of Ken Dorsey as an offensive coordinator, actually. I prefer experience in positions like this always, especially, well, if you have experience at the head coaching position and you bring in Mario, who, yes, he hasn't won a ring yet. Okay, he's won conference championships. He's put guys in the NFL. He's a proven recruiter. He comes from that Nick Saban, coaching tree because he coached under him. You put Ken Dorsey under him, under that direction. I think Ken Dorsey, even though he's never been an OC at the college level, I think would be a fantastic play caller because he learned under Rob Chaszynski, okay, who is a brilliant mind when it comes to X's and O's. And, we have a special guest dropping in. See if you can join the celebration. What's up, man? See, I haven't seen you smile like that in a while.
Dude, I haven't smiled at all in a while, man. You would think like a feeling like this should be like a big win or land a major recruit, and that just kind of shows you where things are, bro. But I'm taking it. This is the best news we could have possibly hoped for. I was just kind of in denial it was going to happen, Good day, man. Good day.
It's a good day. People were asking me, hey, do you think this would have happened regardless by the end of the year, even if we beat FSU? I think it would have. I think just the FSU loss just kind of set the alarms off and, the sense of urgency went way up.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was going to happen, but I think they kind of realized they needed to give us something after the FSU loss. You know what I mean? I mean, I've said this as fans, we've been through a lot. We deserve something, man. So I feel like it just sort of accelerated things a little bit. So, man, I'm taking it. I'm just ecstatic. Like I can't even wrap my mind around it, to be honest. I'm like a little kid right now. Sorry.
Yeah. So the next question is who comes in as the AD? Is it just one guy? Is it a shared responsibility? Do you make a guy like Zoe or Toretta the football guy and somebody else, handle every other sport? Like, what have you heard anything on that?
Everything I've heard, like you just keep hearing the same names over and over, and lots of times that tells you there may be something to it. I know Gino Toretta, that name has been thrown around. You talk to a lot of the same people I do. Obviously, Zoe. I think Alonzo has said, I think some of his folks have even said before that he's probably better suited and probably wants football. I don't know that he even wants full reign. So Gino is a big name. The only thing, and people are going to hate me for saying this, and I don't mean that. I love Gino. I think he could do it. But just hold up. I mean, he hasn't done it before. There's some issues. There's some things. You know what I mean? So on one hand, I'm like split, bro. Like on one hand, I would love to see tomorrow, man, it's Gino or it's this guy. On the other hand, I'd like to just kind of chill out and let's do this thing right. You know what I mean? I don't mess this up. Like, here you go. Don't mess it up. We got what we wanted. So the season's basically over. You got 2 weeks left. It is what it is as far as the record and all that goes. So, no huge rush, I don't think, but I don't think it's going to be long. You got a week, 2 weeks. We're going to know who it is.
Yeah. I don't know if you I mentioned it a couple of times. Did you see this woman from ESPN that was giving her take on Miami? It was like a 5-part thread. Basically saying, there's a ton of negativity surrounding the program for obvious reasons, but someone from ESPN, Blake James did a ton of good at Miami and was far better than his 2 predecessors. Anyone who cannot admit that is just being woefully obtuse. Excuse me? Are we watching Are you watching Miami of Ohio or Miami, Florida? Like, which Miami are you watching?
Yeah. I've been called a lot worse things than that, so I'm cool with it. That does not bother me a bit. But no, I didn't see that.
I saw that on Twitter. I was like, are you kidding me? That's incredible. But yeah, I think that's what Goto Vailoa was maybe alluding to. Smoking that good stuff. So how soon do you think they pull the trigger with Manny because I mean, this pretty much. I mean, we knew he was done, but now that this move is made, we're like, okay, now we're just kind of waiting. Do they just kind of let him play the last couple of games, or like what's going? Oh, we lost David Franklin. Okay, he'll hop back on with us. We want a true vetting process with a trustworthy vetting team. Yeah, no, I'm with David on this one. I would love to keep the excitement rolling, and they make an announcement like tonight or tomorrow. I think the pieces have been in motion for a while now, as we've been saying. But there's no need to rush this. Take your time. Like you said, there's a couple games left. The season's basically over. They're not, they're playing for what, the CarQuest Bowl or whatever bowl they're going to be playing in. It's we know what the season is at this point. Take our time and let's do this right. Let's make the right pick. Yes, that's what I was talking about. I need to change my name. Everyone struggles with it. Go to Vailoa. I'm guessing that's a Tua thing. Yes, that's what I was talking about. It's a reference to Tua, as I'm a Dolphins fan, but I'm much more serious about the Canes. Yeah, I live in Miami, man. I'm a Dolphin fan too, and am I a Tua fan? I want to see Tua do well. Let's just say that. Woke up to some great news. Life is good. Oh, that's right, because you're in Australia, right, Santouche? By the way, how'd your test go? I know you had like 3 or 4 tests and like an interview or something. You were doing everything last week. Chestnut checker. Yes, agreed. Take your time. Let's do this right. We got hopefully some smart minds somewhere in that building that will make the right decision. Let's see. Let's bring David back in. What's up, man? Had to switch to the phone?
Yeah, apparently. I'm back though. Sorry.
Yeah, Kane, Idaho. We were talking. We were talking about what bowl we might end up in, the Mayonnaise Bowl. Yeah. Well, I was just basically saying, yeah, we're not playing for much at this point, So, do you think Manny gets the axe sooner rather than later? Do you think they just let him play out these last couple of games, or do you think they don't delay the inevitable and just do it now?
It's a hard take, man. Before today, I was all in when he was probably going to last, through the season. That's kind of what everybody was pointing to. And then, of course, you get this news today. I think if they do it, they need to go ahead and do it. You're going to have to name an interim, and we've got a game this week. So you're going to have to give somebody a shot in there. So I would – right now, I'm thinking he's going to make it through the end of the year, but I'm not going to be at all surprised if he does not. I think that, Thursday, everybody knows there's a meeting coming up Thursday. So we'll see what goes on there. For right now, I think he'll probably ride it out. But if not, I think we need to go ahead and do something.
Yeah. And the good thing is, I mean, we've seen it now in other programs. We saw it at Michigan State. Yeah. The downside is we may lose some recruits as a result of getting rid of Manny. But oh, man, lost David again. Are you still there? Can you hear me? I guess not. Let's remove him for now. Yeah, we'll get him back on in a minute. But yeah, I don't know. It's tough. I don't want to. It's the inevitable at this point. We're going to lose some recruits, but look what Mel Tucker's done at Michigan State with the transfer portal. Quick turnaround, and he's pretty much a national title contender. All right, let's try this one more time.
All right, one more time, man. I'm sorry.
No worries, man. No, I was just saying, man, it's inevitable. We're probably going to lose some recruits as a result of getting rid of Manny because, the kids love Manny, and that's well and good. And maybe a decade ago, this would have been like, okay, we're in for like a 2 or 3 year rebuild probably because, they're going to gut it and kind of start all over. Now with what Mel Tucker did at Michigan State, I'm like, yeah, we could turn this around in a year, especially with the quarterbacks that we have. So I'm
Yeah,
not.
we've there's a good foundation, man. I mean, whoever comes into this thing is not just coming into a bare cupboard. You've got
No.
talent there. You've got dudes that have shown over the last 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks, whatever, that they want to win, they want to play, they want to give it their all, they want to make the U great again. And so you've got a really good foundation coming in here. Not to mention what you just said with the portal now. Yeah, we're probably going to lose a few, but I mean, I don't mean it the way it sounds. No disrespect to anybody, but if you're going to give me that option to lose a couple of recruits or get a solid head coach and a good administration to fix this thing for the long term, I'm taking option B every time. So, sometimes you got to do that. So I don't think that's a factor whatsoever. And it's not like we're sitting here with, a full class right now. We've got like eight recruits.
Right.
And so again, there's been some new names pop up as of late, some offers and things like that. But again, with the transfers, and we've got a good young core here, so I think we're fine there. So it's a good move all the way around, and I think with Manny, they need to move just as quick as they can. That's my 2 cents. I know it doesn't matter. If it was up to me, I would just go ahead and do it. I don't see the point in waiting at this stage.
Yeah, because then if you let them hang around, then you I think a little bit of resentment builds in that locker room. Maybe there's a bit of a split, dissension between the players. You might as well just be clear about it now, make an announcement, or do what LSU did. Say, yes, Manny will coach the last couple of games, but he is gone at the end of the year. That way, it's out in the open. Better than rumors are swirling because then they're distracted from the game. So that's just my opinion.
Yeah,
But
no, I agree.
This,
And I mean, you've got some guys saying they may or may not jump ship if Manny's gone. So let's just go ahead and figure it out.
right. But this person brought up a really good point I didn't think of. The 2022 classes, whatever, we'll see what happens. We're probably going to have to dip into the portal. We have a lot of players returning, so that's good. But that loaded 2023 class, that's just loaded with South Florida talent. If you bring in the right head coach, all of a sudden, we're oof, damn. I was about to make an awesome point. All right, we'll see if he comes back one more time. I'm only going to be on for a few more minutes, but yeah, basically what I was going to say is that 2023 class. You're right. I don't want to try to pronounce your name and butcher it, but yeah, that loaded 2023 class. What if it is like Shiano or Mario? What if it is Mario and he just cleans house in South Florida? Oh my good Lord. It would just be stupid. It would get stupid here really quickly. Thing is, Miami has a ton of talent. We really just need to attack O-line and linebackers in the portal. We're set. Yeah. And you guys see the way Chase Smith played? And I already heard they're moving him to Mike linebacker. I don't think he's starting, but you saw a glimpse of him. I've seen enough. Chase Smith needs to play 1,000%. Before it was like, get him out there, see what he can do. No, I see what he can do. Chase Smith, you're in. You got him, you got Keontre. Just, with who you're, maybe you bring in West, maybe you don't, but just grab a guy from the portal and you're good. The O-line, get a couple of guards from the portal, and I think or a tackle from the portal, I think you're good there too. I like Zion. I love the way he's come on late. These last few games, he's been very good. Ja'Kai Clark, I love him at center. Donaldson's been playing better. Jalen Rivers, when we get him back, now you're cooking with gas. You really just got to shore up that right tackle position. Go out and get a portal guy, and I think you've got a solid line. The heck, David, pay your internet. But yeah, David, they must have cut your Wi-Fi. But yeah, I'm only going to be on a couple more minutes, guys. But thank you so much. 75 in the chat. Damn. Everybody must be getting home from work right now. But thank you, guys. Hit that like button, please. Sup, degenerates. Javi, it is a celebration, my friend. Go get your favorite beverage out of the cupboard. I'm enjoying a coffee like a good boy. This, that's all that's in here. But man, this is a good day. This is a good day. If Cristobal is the alpha they say, he will look at Miami as the ultimate test. Let's see if he really wants a challenge in the 305 meat grinder. Let's see. Let's see. Bosworth. Hey, what's up? Not much, man. Just here celebrating. Ooh. All right. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. A little choppy, but we'll do a few more minutes.
Cutting out a little bit, man. I don't know. If this don't work this time, I'm just going to have to hop off. I don't know what's going on over here. So I can hear you, just cutting out a little bit. I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah, no, we can hear you. Just a couple more questions, and we'll be out of here. Let's see. Okay, Les is asking, are there any updates on recruiting? Any news there? I'm losing you again. Yeah, I think it's just not working. All right, no problem, David. We'll get you back on maybe later in the week or Saturday morning or something. No worries. Javier, the stars are lining up. FSU turned its team around going through the portal. I guess we can do it too. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they're turning the team around just yet, but they did beat us. That's fine. They're 4-6. But I think Michigan State is a better example of that, who can turn their team around like that. And really, they had a horrible roster last year, but they added either 20 or 28 portal guys, and I think like 16 of them or something were SEC, something crazy like that. Let's say it before I get off. Shout out to you and Flo for what y'all do. The people who say you were just casual fans, no clue, are just silent right now. Mm-hmm. Yep, they're silent and they're secretly celebrating, and they're happy that we were right. So what's the next big news? The next big news is probably going to come after this event, this meeting on the 28th. So I know Flo is going to be there, and because he was he was invited, or he somehow got in. But I heard a video is going to be released. They're probably going to package some little video, like condensing the 3 hours into like a few minutes, and release it to the fans or whatever. We'll see what happens. But I think an announcement comes after the 18th, which is 3 days from now. So 89 people in the chat. It's almost like my impromptu. Well, there was big news today. That's why my impromptu stuff gets more traffic than my Wednesday show. But we'll see. I'll let you guys know. I may not do the usual Wednesday show. I may just skip over to Thursday. Maybe do something early, because I know Sebastian Lane, they do their show Thursday night, but it's a little later. We'll see. I may do something not Wednesday, but a little later in the week. I'll keep you guys posted on Twitter. Let's see, Bosworth. John, what do you think if Miami and FIU teaming up to upgrade FIU Stadium to 40,000 seats? FIU is a mess in football. See what Butch said. FIU is next to UM. Yeah, that was crazy. For those who didn't hear that, Butch Davis basically came out and said that that their administration is actively ruining the program. I thought they were ruining the program when they got rid of Mario because of one bad season, but whatever. But they weren't allowed to go on the road recruiting, or they weren't given the budget to go recruit, which is insane. They just a few years ago when Mario was there and Pete Garcia were there, they were like talking about competing with the big boys in Florida, and now look what happened. They weren't allowed to go recruit. They were given equipment and pads that were hand-me-downs from Mississippi State from years ago. I was baffled when I heard that. I was like, are you serious? That's like FCS stuff. That's like FAMU probably has a better administration than that. But no, geographically, I don't think that would work, because FIU is on, if you're not from Miami, it's very west, and it's on like 107th Avenue right off the turnpike. It's way out west, whereas University of Miami's in Coral Gables. It's very east, close to the water. And Little Havana, where they used to play in the Orange Bowl. It's just, they're all very far from each other. And I've always loved the idea of doing it at Tropical Park. It's more central. You're 3 miles from campus. You've got the Palmetto Expressway right there. You've got, two big artery roads with Miller Drive and Bird Road, back to back right next, on either side of it. You got a ton of unused empty space in Tropical Park. If Google it, if you want to Google map it and see how big it is, there's already big time high school football is already played at Tropical Park. There's already a field there. It's yes. Thank you, Ramon. Yeah, Tropical Park is perfect. You got La Carreta right down the street. You get yourself a cafecito before and after the game. It is so Miami. It would overlook, you got a kind of a view of the city. You could easily put a 45, 50,000 seat stadium. It doesn't need to be a huge, like 100,000 seat kind of thing. I would love to see 48,000, 50,000, but it's packed. I would love to see that. So yes, Tropical Park, I think, would be a perfect idea. Thanks, John. Is Flo DJing that me? Maybe. Well, I'll find out from him after. 2 miles from campus. Yeah, Tropical Park is very central. It's very close. It's better than them having to drive 40 or 25, 30 miles from campus to Hard Rock Stadium. I love the renovations they've done to Hard Rock Stadium, putting the canopy and changing the seats. Those bright orange seats were just like offensive to your eyes. I love what they've done with the stadium. For the Dolphins, though, for Kane fans, it's just too far. That's not where Kane fans are. Kane fans are in Kendall, Westchester, Hialeah. Bring that thing more central. How long is the lease at Hard Rock, though? The original lease, I believe, was 20 or 30 years. If it's 20 years, we're almost done with it because it was 2008 when we started there. 2008 to 2021. It's been 13 years. And it's either 20 or 30 years. I can't remember. But, you can break leases. Like 60,000. Yeah. If you can fit it. 20 years, 25 years. Yeah, if it's 20 years, that'd be amazing because we only got 7 years left. Let's see what else. I was going to be on for only a few more minutes, but now, man, 106 in the chat. I think that's a record for me. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Yes, thank you. Leases can be broken. All right, we've gone off on a huge tangent here, but yeah, if you're just joining us, the big news is that Blake James has been finally let go. He has been the athletic director, I want to say since 2011, 2012. You know what? Let's look that up. Or actually, I got you guys. Somebody put in the chat. I want to say he's been the athletic director for 9-10 years now and started off as the interim athletic director. Change needs to start at the top. If you want to change the culture of a program, you got to start at the top. Flo and I had Gary Furman on his channel, one of our Sunday night shows a few weeks ago. And that dude's been around the program for 40 years. And it was a pleasure to I remember when I was younger, I was like, man, I would love to talk to that dude and ask him questions because he's been with the program or around the program for 40 plus years. The guy knows, he's seen it all. He's seen all the ups and downs. And, that dude told us that the administration, it just seemed like there was no one in that building that had a clue of how a Power 5, a big-time college football program is supposed to be run, and it was showing in their actions year after year with the hires they were making. It looked like they were too long. Yeah, Gino Damari's on the clock. That's another one. Yeah, it's just these hires were based more on, nepotism rather than who can get the job done and win championships. They cared more about connections than anything else. Come on, guys, smash the like button. We need more. Thank you, man. Appreciate it, Les. Let's see, this is such great news. This is such great news. I'm going to design the new stadium. Fact. D-Lori, are you an architect? Are you an engineer? Hey, man, that would be cool. Can you imagine? I remember somebody somebody designed like what the Orange Bowl was supposed to look like years ago when they were going to do the renovations they were planning on doing, and it looked beautiful. So that would be cool if, with edits and technology today, people can like put together what the Orange Bowl 2.0 would look like one day. That would be cool. That's a nice edit idea for like the off season when we're bored. Let's see. I am extremely happy today. Me too, Eric. Me too. The first domino has fallen. Who do you think will be the new AD? I'm going to give you a quick prediction before I log off. Well, not a prediction, but a guy that I would be interested in. It should be a shared responsibility. I think you need an athletic director, and I think below that you need president of football operations, president of basketball, baseball, whatever. You got to have somebody focused on football. But AD at the top, it's got to be someone with experience. Gino, Zoe, I'd rather those guys. I love both those guys, and both those guys being around the program and having some say in the decisions. But I would rather them be more of a director of football operations than AD. AD needs to, as far as administration and finances and all that stuff, they need to have some skill and some experience there. The guy that's at Baylor, I've heard that name tossed around before. Wouldn't mind somebody like that as our new athletic director. And then below them, maybe Zoe, maybe Chud. I know Chud's name is thrown around a lot. He's a brilliant mind. And yeah, I that's the kind of the organizational chart I would like to see. So that's just my thought of what they should do, but we'll see. I think more is going to be known after this meeting on the 18th in a few days. Maybe I'll do a show right after, or maybe I'll do like a Friday night thing. We'll see. We'll see how the week plays out. I don't think I'm going to do my usual Wednesday night show because I'm doing this today, and Wednesday is kind of, it's the day before the meeting. It's kind of an awkward spot. It's like, not much more to talk about. I think I'm going to do a show after that. So I'll keep you guys posted. White from the FAU AD. I wouldn't. I mean, he managed to bring Lane Kiffin over there. I wouldn't be super opposed to that. So Chud, let's go. Yeah, either of those guys. This is not only about football, men's basketball, and baseball. Absolutely. Just athletics in general. Just whoever it is, I hope it's someone that makes us all proud to be a Miami Hurricane again. Makes us proud to, when you leave the house, to throw on that U hat or that U jacket or whatever, throw on that gear and be proud walking around wearing that U again. Because I remember those days, and I'm still proud to wear it, but I mean, it's different because with that, wearing that logo, it showed that you were a fan of, not just the U, you were a fan of excellence, winning championships, putting guys in the NFL, in Major League Baseball, even in the NBA for a brief time when basketball was kicking. So, man, as long as they take their time and do this right, I'm good. But yeah, so thank you guys. I broke a personal record of mine. We're at still 102 in the chat. If you missed the beginning, rewind, or as soon as I log off now, just go back and rewatch it. Appreciate all of you. This is great news. Great day to be a Miami Hurricane. It's all about the U. Go Canes. Have a good night, guys.